before we jump in straight into hacking, what we need to do is enumeration. Enumeration meaning we need to know what we are attacking. Before we attack, we collect information about it. We usually start with network scanning. Network scanning, we go ahead and scan the server for ports which might be vulnerable, and if there are scripts running in any of the ports, and through this port scanning you can know what ports are open, what ports are closed, what scripts are running, which OS it will be running, and all that. So if you open up your terminal in Kali or Parrot and type nmap -h, you'll get all the list of options you need. You can type to scan a network. First, I'm not sure. So you can even use the domain name or a specific IP address or a range of IP addresses here. Okay, cool. So this is a small set of options. You can always go to the man page and check the detailed options in it. So Nmap is a noisy scanner, meaning it can easily be detected by firewalls that someone is running a port scan on me. The port scanning, it's done very aggressively by Nmap. I'm sorry. I just muted myself. Okay, so Nmap is a noisy scanner. It aggressively scans the port, so firewall can easily detect it. There are options to make it stealth. So first, I'll go through a few of the basic options that you get, and you can go ahead and go to this website. It says scan me. It'll let you scan how many? 100 times a day. After that, your IP will be banned by scanme.nmap.org. So as you can see the examples here, V here means verbose. Small v, A is OS scan and script scan together, and there is the basic scan. So you can see verbose is giving all the status and information right now, and by default it scans 1000 ports. So these are the ports. 80 is usually HTTPS, 22 is usually SSH. Okay, 80 is HTTP, not HTTPS. 31,000, these are 1000 important ports and not in the range 0 to 1000. So I think the scan is completed. Yeah, the scan is completed. It'll tell me all the, since I've given an A, it will give me the OS detection and the script scanning. Port 22 TCP, it's SSH service. As it said, it's a default port for an SSH. It gives me the version of SSH. Usually this is an important information. Sometimes there might be an I'm alive. Sometimes there might be an version of OpenSSH which will be vulnerable to certain kind of attack. So you can always Google this and OpenSSH P1. I don't think it has any vulnerability as of now. Below 6.6 there is a remote command execution, and sometimes there are anonymous FTP file transfer protocol, which means you don't need a password or a login. You can directly access the files. Does anyone have a doubt till now about Nmap and anything about it? Anyone else with any doubts? Just stop me in between if you don't understand any part. So this service is SMTP, and there is a domain here at port 53, and usually HTTP is where the website is running. And it will also tell what server it is running. Here it is an Apache server running on Ubuntu, and it scanned only in open ports. So there are some more options I'll be doing. So Nmap scan -a. V was verbose. You don't really need at what status it's doing. You just need the end scan result. -og, small o, capital G, is greppable output. What this will do is it'll keep the scan running, but when you redirect it, it'll show the result as well as redirect the result to an output. You learned redirection commands, right? Redirecting the output to files and all that. The arrows and piping. I'll take that as a yes. So Nmap -og and scanme.org. And then if you want to scan a specific port, you want to ignore all the other ports, you can always go this -p. I'll scan the port 80 and I'll redirect it to hi.txt. Okay. Zero host scan failed to resolve scan me. Oh, I have given the domain name wrong. So it's done. So if I cat hi.txt, you should see the specific port I asked for and nothing else. So SC is script scan only, and -SV is for script version, which version it's running, like this, the version it says. Since A gives everything, I don't think you need to do SV and SC. -F is fast scan. It's takes 100 most important ports and scans it. And -open scans only open ports, nothing else. So it'll check if it's open and give you the result. If it's closed, there are ports which filtered ports. You don't know if they're open or closed, so it'll just show you the result, but it doesn't know what service is running or the version. So it's one of the things that if you need only the open ports, you can give -open option. Does anyone have any doubts till now? And Tosh, do you have a doubt? No? Okay, cool. I didn't really have time to prepare for this class since one of the mentors' laptop crashed. So that was Nmap. The first time you do hack the box, you might have seen hack the box or a vulnerable machine. You might have seen Keshav, who the first thing he does is scan the ports. like uses Nmap scan so that he can get a shell or if there is a website running vulnerabilities there or FTP. That's the first thing you do. That's your first attacking enumeration. So yeah, that's Nmap. Next I'll go with BurpSuite. Did we do anything about BurpSuite during the CTF sessions? Hello. Did we do anything on BurpSuite?
No, not much on BurpSuite.
Not much on BurpSuite. Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and go with BurpSuite now. So let's take a normal, new Edmodo. It's right here. What BurpSuite does is it'll intercept. Cool. It'll intercept the requests going forward and backward, and you can do changes in those requests and send the requests. So that's one of the things of BurpSuite. BurpSuite has a lot of other options and features. I'll show you the basic feature which you do with the BurpSuite. So I'll tell you how to install BurpSuite right now. So first thing what you want to go do is open up BurpSuite. Is everyone with me? Everyone open up their BurpSuites and just click on temporary project, next, and click on start burp. It'll look something like this. Is everyone ready with the BurpSuite? So for you to intercept the packets from the browser, you need to route it to BurpSuite first. So you need to go to the settings, preferences. Here you have to search proxy. You type proxy and you get proxy settings. Is everyone at this page? After this, you want to shift it to manual proxy. Keep the IP address as is, or if it's something else, change it to 127.0.0.1 and paste it to all of them. And the port should be 8080. Once you're done, click on OK. And here you go to the proxy in BurpSuite, have the intercept on, and once you've done that, type http burp. You should load up a screen like this. Is everyone seeing the screen in your computers? Hello? Has everyone reached the screen? Okay, Tilda says yes. Anyone else who has not reached the screen, who has not followed me till now? I'll assume that everyone has reached that screen. Okay, so you download this, click on the CA certificate and download it. It's a very small file, it's downloaded from here. Once you're done, go back to preferences, type certificates, view certificates, you click on import, go to where the certificate is downloaded, click on open. It should have two check boxes. Check them both and allow them. Has everyone done that till now? Hello, has everyone done installing their certificates?
You can continue.
Okay, cool. Yours is done. Okay, so once the certificate is installed, you can go back to the proxy. You have to change it back to automatic, okay, and so that you can go back to Google. If you don't change the proxy, it will be stuck on BurpSuite and you won't be able to access the internet. For easy switching, there is an extension called Foxy Proxy. This is for my Firefox only, I think. You can have a different extension instead. You can add a proxy in options. Add a proxy. You enter the IP address, the port 8080. You leave this to blank, and you can change the color of whatever you want, and you save. And you can instantly shift between your internet and the burp intercepts. So let's go to Edmodo. So the intercept is on and my internet is disabled right now. You click on login and I put in my name and my password, and I switch on the proxy and make sure that the intercept is on, and then as soon as I click login, it should go on to loading. This is the so see, you can see that here the request has gone forward, but there is no change in the web page because you haven't received the response yet because you're blocking it. Click on forward, click on forward again. The request is sent and there is a response, and I keep so this is the username I entered, and this is the random numbers I entered, and client ID. I think it created all this thing in the front end. I keep clicking forward, and finally I receive a response that it's an invalid username or password, one of them. So this is one of the features of BurpSuite, where you can intercept requests and forward them. So where is this useful? You have web pages and it's checking the file upload in the front end. Like it allows only JPEG files in the front end, but imagine you have a PHP backend server running, and you can access the PHP files by just typing / something. What you can do is make a PHP file and rename it to JPEG, since the front end only allows JPEG. And when you do the file upload, intercept it, change the extension in here in BurpSuite, and then you forward it. The request will go forward because the checking is done only in the backend. Once the file is uploaded, you can access it. You can have a shell script. You can have any exploit in the backend running by just typing / your file name.php, and you'll have a reverse shell to the machine. So this is one of the use cases of BurpSuite where it can be super helpful sometimes. And there is also something called a repeater. You can have one thing, one request kept on going till you stop it, and you can have the response right here, the web page response, or the response headers and all that. One more use case is when you get redirected as a response. You see get request here, and when you see a response, you see 200 OK. Since we have all done web tech, we know the HTTP codes. 200 OK, 30x is redirect. You can change the redirect, remove the redirect link, and make it 200 OK, so that you can stay on the same page instead of being redirected. Is everyone understanding, or should I repeat something? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll go here and I'll switch off the Burp proxy. Click on login. If you inspect element in network, you'll see that the status is 200 OK right now, that I got a response and I've been redirected, not redirected, I've been in this page for now. The code 30x or 30 anything is for redirection. These are the HTTP response headers. Yeah. So instead of 200 OK, you will get 302. You'll be redirected to a referrer link. Not referrer link, I'm sorry. You'll be redirected to a link provided there. To stop that redirection, you can intercept this response, change it to 200 OK right here. Change it to 200 OK and remove the redirection link, and you will stay in the same page. Sometimes you're not allowed to a page since it has admin access and all that, so you keep getting redirected in some websites. That's a bad way to handle backend. So you can just change the status in the response and you can go access the admin site. Did everyone understand that? Does anyone have a doubt till now? I can repeat. I don't have a lot of content for today. No doubts? Anyone? Web challenges using Burp. Okay, cool. How many of you are attending the ISFCR right now? Anyone? Nobody attending the CTF? Okay, so there is a web challenge called Guarded Secrets. It's a React app, and one of the things I did here is that I checked the source code, I checked the scripts running in the backend, and checked the network cookies. I found nothing. So one of the options is for an SQL injection. SQL injection requires an SQL database, but here it's MongoDB. A MongoDB is no SQL injection. In NoSQL injections, the injections are a bit different syntactically. So you go to this NoSQL injection website. So in React app, you can have post request and get request. The get requests are usually done here. You have the username and password in the web address. I don't know anyone who would do that. So I type the username, can be junk and can be anything. I use the burp, make sure the intercept is on. I click on login and I receive the intercept. So this is the username and this is the password. Here is where you insert your code, your injection. Now since my data type is in JSON, I can have JSON injections. This is basic authentication bypass. I take this, I replace it with my data. I click on forward, I get the flag. So how SQLi injection works is, since now you've done Node and Mongo, you know how the database is accessed in the backend. You db.collection.find something. SQL has a syntax like that, but you get queries. So when you type something in the box where you enter the username or password, this string is directly taken, where servers, if they have not sanitized it or cleaned it, it can go directly here, and it can cause some problems in the backend. So this is the usual statement if you want to select a thing from the backend. Everyone knows how an SQL database is arranged in tables, schema. Is everyone? Yeah, so kinda it's like there is a database, and database have tables. Whiteboard. So it's like a table with columns, and each column is accessed using certain syntax, and these are the records. There will be a heading to each one of them, and there will be records. They're literally stored in tables. So if you want to insert something into a database, you have to fill them all, and then only it will be added. So this is a table, and you can have as many tables in a database. It's like a collection. Instead of collection, there is a table. So you have ID, username, and then password, and there is something here, something here, something here, something here. So this is how you usually access a SQL database. Now this is the query which runs in the backend. It can be a Python backend, it can be a Node backend, but if the database is SQL, you need this set of syntax to find the record you're looking for, the particular row you're looking for. So what happens here is, when you enter your name, and instead of your name you enter this is a kind of a payload. This is a payload. This will replace, so this, what it does is, the first apostrophe closes the previous query. It since this whole thing is a string, you can mess with the syntax internally. This thing will close the previous query, and it will insert your own query, or 1 equal to 1, which will return true. So name is true. Since name equal to true, it will return everything in the database. All you need to get is a true statement in there, that statement to be true. So since you make it true, the last one is closed automatically by the string itself. And sometimes this might not work. You don't know which colon it starts with, which apostrophe it starts with. It's a double quote or a single quote. You need to start messing with that. So in hack tricks, there should be an SQL injection. So yes, this is how you start with. You start with a single quote, double quote, a backtick, a quote, and a bracket, a parenthesis, and all these combinations. Once you get no errors, once you get an error, once you get no error, you know that you have closed that particular query normally. Since there is something else in the syntax on the right side, you need to ignore it. To ignore it, this is what you put. This is a special type of comment. It will comment out everything next to it for the SQL, not for the Node or the Python. For the SQL, it will comment out everything else, and you'll be left with only this statement. That's how usually SQL injections work. Okay, cool. So one of the examples was I did a no SQL injection, and I could take the SQL Ninja class next class if you want, the whole series. Okay, so that's all I had for today. Thank you for joining.